Hey, what's up everyone? One of the most common questions I get asked on this channel, on Instagram, and on LinkedIn is for me to review your resumes. I've always enjoyed being able to help out, and I even made a video a few months ago walking through the resume that I used to land my dream role in finance. But in today's video, I want to show you a new platform I recently discovered that really can help you streamline your resume. It's called BeamJobs. Now, I understand there's plenty of resume templates on Google Docs and Microsoft Word, but BeamJobs differentiates itself in the fact that it tailors its resume templates to the specific role and or career that you're applying for. BeamJobs currently has resumes made specifically for hundreds of different industry segments and careers. They also use an AI-powered resume checker that scans through your resume and offers advice on how you can improve it. BeamJobs has been used by more than 1.8 million people, and its users have landed roles at some of the most competitive companies in the world. So now that you know what BeamJobs is, let's jump into it and see it work its magic. Okay, so we're gonna go to beamjobs.com, and then from here you can see how this works. You can kind of go this route, but for purposes of this video, I am going to do this. So create my resume now, and here I can choose a template to get started. I want to do something for investment banking. That is the industry that I work in, and that is the industry that a lot of my audience wants to go into. Also, IB is a traditional world, so they might respect a little bit more of a formal traditional resume. So because of that, I'm going to choose professional here. This probably looks the most similar to what the resume was that I used when I applied. And here you can kind of see there's a few different ways you can go about it, and I'll show you a few of them myself. But you can import your LinkedIn profile, which is super helpful if you already have a developed LinkedIn, or upload an existing resume, or what we're going to do now is choose an industry example. So from here, I'm just going to look up investment banking, and you can see here it gives us 7 examples of Goldman Sachs investment banking analyst, a little bit to choose from. So for this, I'm not the biggest Goldman fan, but I'm going to click on it right here and say use this resume. And the way it works is now it brings it back into the resume that we initially chose, but in the same format, or at least the same style as the Goldman resume. So you can see here, this resume score gets a 99. But the beauty of this is now it's super seamless to edit this with your own details. So, for example, creative, data-driven, YouTube enthusiasts, whatever you want to say. Seeking a full-time role in investment banking. Obviously, you might want that a little bit longer, but you get the gist, and then obviously adjust it with your own email, number, all of that. And, if you're applying for a full-time role, you probably aren't already in a spot. So you could say senior finance major at the University of Florida, something like that. Then the beauty of this too is you can now adjust these to fit your own experiences if you have them. And this will be then where the AI will kind of take over and tell you if you are doing a good job or not. But anyway, instead of diving into all of this, I think it's pretty self-explanatory that you can adjust your role, the location, the dates, all of that to make it work with your own resume and your own experience. Also, of course, education, skills, it has it all. I'm going to go back to the beginning and show what it does if you decide to just import from your LinkedIn profile. So for me, I already downloaded my LinkedIn profile for the sake of this, but you just drag and drop it right there, and then it puts it through the system, and then we'll see kind of how it works. So also, granted, my LinkedIn is pretty developed, so it's kind of thrown off this format, but you can see here it's super easy to adjust and edit. It draws exactly from the experiences on my LinkedIn, so really super helpful, puts it right in the format. And it also shows the dates and the locations. It's drawing all of that from LinkedIn. So super helpful, super seamless if you already have a developed LinkedIn. And now we can kind of see how the AI works. So this says my resume is a 33, it needs some work. So what does it suggest? It says I should quantify my impact, and that's something I talk about a lot on this channel. Avoid filler words. That's something I certainly do. Use active voice, avoid personal pronouns, start with strong action words. So these are all things I've kind of tried to do, but understand I can do a much better job. But you can see here, it also says what I'm kind of doing right. So work experience timeline, plenty of resume sections, and consistent punctuation. But like I said, this just creates a lot of opportunities for you to do some small fixes that make a big difference. But then also now just going back, we can see here I can switch this over into any of the other resumes, or sorry, I should say any of the other resume templates, and it just makes it very seamless. Like I said, most people won't have as much content here as I do, but you can see how just helpful this can be if one resume isn't really working for you. You know, you've had a few internships or a few applications and it just hasn't really helped. You can always switch it up and see if that is the difference maker. And finally, alternatively, you can start with just a blank document. So you can find here any type of industry or career you want to go into. So just to switch things up, I guess I should do barista. I think that would be a fun role to have. And from here, you can kind of just put in all of your information and you'll see that it builds out the resume on the right side. So you can see here there are so many different options to choose from. You can also switch up the colors if you want to make it a little bit more creative and stand out. And overall, this is just a great resource to use to make sure that your resume is as good as it possibly can be, because in the world of finance, small changes can make a huge difference. So that is BeamJobs. I definitely recommend giving it a try if you want to get that extra edge in your application. If you want to try it out, the link will be down below in the description. And as always, if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I'm happy to help, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.